Hey guys, it's Venom here with a deck update and kind of pre-regional thing. I got my cards in the mail, so my deck is finally 100% complete. Well, as close to it as I'm probably going to get before the regional. This is most likely what I'm going to be running at the regional in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that I do need room for one more Effect Veiler in the main board. I want to run 3 just to hurt Inzektors and Mirror Match, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think of the build. Of course, you can pop out any suggestions. Of course, I will be working on a Ladybug card D kind of variant as soon as I can try to get those cards. At the regional, I'll get 5 packs of Galactic Overlord, and hopefully I can get at least one card D in both of my Ladybugs, maybe even an Existag. I'm feeling kind of lucky. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get into this deck profile, and I will tell you guys what I would add into the deck if I were you and you have all the cards to make this, or especially for the extra and maybe the side. And I'm also asking you guys to tell me what to take out for an Effect Veiler. Of course, I will argue against some changes because I don't want all changes. I'm not the same player as you guys, so we obviously like our differences. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter the main deck. You got 1 Dark Arm Dragon, 2 Gigamantis. I like 2 Gigamantis over 1 just because I find it more consistent, as I've said in many videos before. In my opinion, it's just a better card at 2 than it is at 1, and plus it allows for better OTK options. 2 Inzektor Hopper, personal tech of the deck. Of course, many people are finally starting to discover it. About a month ago, people started running it more and more and more, and now almost every Inzektor player is running Hopper or Ladybug, and I honestly think that I and many others should get more credit than we get for finding Hopper, because I've only had one person tell me to play Hopper before I started playing it myself and before I started trying it out and stuff like that. I'm excited about, this is the most excited thing I'm about, see, I'm so excited I can't even speak. The biggest thing I'm excited about out of all the cards I got my 3 Hornets finally. 3 Hornets are pretty much necessary in this deck. If you don't run 3 Hornets, you're kind of dumb. And now, I was reading on Pojo, Hoop Doop, one of my friends, I don't know him very well. He's on Sinlor Tuins, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. He's on his, Inzektor thread, and he was talking about how he decided to get rid of his Inzektors, and then about a week later he tried to buy them all back, and he's happy he bought them all back, and he said he's never leaving them again. So that's pretty much confirmed that I'm never trading these guys. These guys are just awesome, and I'm just now actually truly looking at these Hornets. I have not really looked at them that well, but I'm going to go ahead and keep the deck profile going because I can look at Hornets later. 3 Inzektor Dragonfly, key card to the deck in my opinion. Special summons your Centipede out and then keeps the loop going. Really good card. Probably the best card in the whole deck, as long as it doesn't get Effect Veilered or Chain Disappearance or anything really, any kind of trap card to stop him. 3 Centipedes, just because he's kind of another key card to the deck. I really like him. He was the very first Inzektor I ever got, and he was the one that made me decide to start playing Inzektors. And at that point, I was wanting to run Tour Bus and Tour Guides, so tells you how far I've come from that. 1 Sangan, I'm thinking about taking him out, not sure. He's just a little slow for my likings. I do realize that you can play a slower version of Inzektors, which I'm kind of playing the slower version right now, that explodes a little bit more late game. Of course, I'd like to be able to have that 3rd Veiler in, so I might take this out for a Veiler. Who knows? I will do some more testing before, and of course your guys' suggestions. 2 Effect Veilers, and as I said, I want one more. My friend's getting one in the mail probably the next few days, and I hope to buy that off of him because he ordered it mainly for me and for trade bait if I can't buy it by then. And I've got the money right now, so I can buy it for sure. 2 Pot of Dualities. I like 2 over 1, or 2 over 3. I've said that many times. I'm not going to explain why, because if you don't understand why yet, you're dumb. And if you ever watch any of my duels, I'll activate my 1 Pot of Duality, and of course the top 3 cards of my deck will include my other Pot of Duality. Every time. It happens. Every time. Not on Dueling Network, but here in real life, it happens every time. Allure of Darkness, just for draw power. 2 Inzektor Swords Excalibur. I like 2 over 3, mainly because you don't want to top deck it late game. It's just a bad top deck, and you want your ratio, or your number of Inzektor, Gigamantis, and Inzektor Swords. You want that to be roughly 4, maybe 5 if you're really trying to push it. But 3 to 4 is what you want in here for your Inzektor Swords and Inzektor Gigamantises. For your staples, you got Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm. Really good cards, really good staples. Many people say, or I've been having more and more people start saying no more Dark Hole in here. Dark Hole's still good in here, people. 3 MST. MST is probably my favorite back row removal. It's just so good. Before you play your Inzektors, you play this, and then hopefully you'll still have stuff to pop, and even if you don't, you still will hopefully have a Gigamantis or Sword in hand to create OTK, which of course is awesome. Foolish Burial, just to send your Hornet or Hopper to grave. And of course, once I get Ladybug in the deck, I'll be sending Ladybug also with that, especially on my turn when I'm going first and my opponent hasn't gone yet. Book of Moon. Book of Moon's really good in here. I'm not really wanting to take it out, but if I have to, I guess I could. 2 Call the Haunteds. Call the Haunteds are a really good card in this deck. Many people are starting to fight against me about whether or not to run this, and they're leaning towards the no side. But just think about this. Late game, you summon Inzektor Dragonfly. They trap hole. Who knows? Do something weird. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to do something weird to it, though. They're going to get rid of it somehow. You called the Haunted it right back, and then you go, haha, I still get to use its effect, which is awesome. And then you have a pop target later once you overlay for an Exceed. Then you have 2 warnings and a judgment, your Solemn Brigade. It's pretty much staple in just about any deck nowadays. It's really good. Just run it. If you're not running it, you're dumb. 1 Mirror Force, or you can't get them, which I don't see how you can't get them because they're kind of easy to get nowadays. But anyways, Mirror Force, I could drop it, but right now I'm really liking it. It's my #1 defense right now. 2 Compulsories, best card in the deck in my opinion. It's the MVP. At the locals when I was meeting up with Gurnbound, I was testing this deck. I had 2 Compulses set, and I decided not to summon any monsters because I only had a Dragonfly and a Gigamantis in hand. So I was like, you know what, I'll save this for an OTK for when I draw a Foolish Burial or Hornet, or hopefully I'll draw one of those. But anyways, he Heavy Storms after he summons set monster, and I Compulse, or double Compulse for Chain, which is kind of funny. Just a funny little story. I thought it was humorous. But anyways, 2 Torrential Tributes. Amazing card. Control decks love it, and this deck is somewhat more control than aggressive, so of course I love it. Now for the extra deck, which I actually have my whole extra deck now. The only thing is I don't have everything I want. For the finished version, I only have 1 Wind-Up Zen mains. I'm going to try to get a second one, hopefully by the regional. Probably can't get one, but anyways, 1 will work fine. Really good card, just really good. Stall for a little bit, you know, the usual. 1 Leviair. Really good staple, Exceed, especially in a rank 3 heavy deck. It's really good. 2 Gigamantis, or 2 Giga Brilliant, sorry. This card is good for OTK capabilities. I really like him, or her. 1 Grinosaurus, just for the wind-ups or even Inzektors. It's really good against them and can create a lot of damage most of the time. 2 Leviathan Dragons, just because it's a staple rank 3 Exceed and it's really powerful. 2500 attack, it can kill Stardust. Of course, it would have to suicide, but you could even detach 2 to kill Stardust. Until I get my second Zen mains, I'm going to run 2 Acid Golems, because I feel like Acid Golem makes the OTK much easier and much less thinking. You don't have to think as much when you have 2 of him, because you overlay with 2 of them and a Gigamantis on the field, special summoned by a Dragonfly, and you're like, okay, that's an OTK. It's much easier than having to think about, oh, well, will I get this off or will I get that off, you know, stuff like that. In my opinion, too, that is perfectly fine if you don't have your 2 Zen mains yet, so that's what I'm doing. 1 Utopia, for mainly the hoppers. Of course, once the Ladybug build comes out, it'll be a little, or once I make my Ladybug build, this will be a little bit more playable, because I can make my Dragonflies and Centipedes level 4, and of course, I'm mainly going to want them level 5, but it doesn't really matter. 1 Inzektor Exabeetle, really good rank 6. Cyber, it's basically not a Cyber Dragon, but a Scrap Dragon, but I don't get to use him that much, so it doesn't really matter. Chimera Tech Fortress, because I side Cyber Dragons. For the Synchros, you got Army Arm, Allied Justice Catastor, and Black Rose Dragon. Now let's move on to the side deck. My side deck is not 100% complete, but this is what I'll be running as of now. And there's a bunch of hair on my thingy, dog hair, because I got a dog in here. You guys just don't really know it. 2 Cyber Dragons for any machine type deck, really good against windups. Armageddon Knight, mainly because he's just a filler as of right now. Unless I find something better to put in here, he's there for now. I don't have many other good sideboard cards other than what I've already got in here, so he's pretty much in there for the regional, most likely. Two DD Crows. I love DD Crow. It is my favorite sideboard card out of all of them, especially for that mirror match. Actually, no, I lied. He is not my favorite sideboard. He's my second favorite sideboard. But anyways, he's really good. Kills the mirror match, kills Hunter. No more hand loop for them. Three-dimensional Fissure. Really good card. Kills a lot of decks, and it doesn't hurt me that bad at all. And here's my real favorite sideboard card. You side this in, and they don't know what to do. It's really good, really fun. Really powerful against most decks. Mind Control. It's really good against the mirror. You mind control their Inzektor Dragonfly and go off with their Inzektor Dragonfly, and they're just sitting there like facepalm. And then, of course, you can overlay later. One Regeki Break to mainly for the discarding of Hopper and Hornet. I'm still not so sure about this. I haven't gotten any testing in with it. I'm going to hopefully test it some here soon with my friend maybe coming over later. So hopefully I can test that against him a little bit. Two Bottomless, mainly for Chaos Dragons because that's my worst matchup. Chaos Dragons are just so powerful against me. I gotta have a way to stop them. So bam, Bottomless. And that's it for the deck. Let me know what you guys thought of it. And I finally got my cards in the mail, so I can finally actually run this for sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, subscribe. And of course, be looking forward to this coming Saturday, Sunday, or possibly even Monday, having some regional deck profiles up. If not the top, or if not the first place deck, some deck profiles at least. So rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.